Hello everyone. Hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. So my friends, as you can see on the board, our today's topic of discussion is Anglo Sikh War. So precisely, we are going to discuss about the background of Anglo Sikh War in today's session. So my friends, as a part of the different war series, we have covered Anglo-Carnatic Wars, Battle of Plassey, Third Battle of Panipat, Battle of Buxar, then Anglo-Mysore War, Anglo-Maratha War, and today we are going to cover the background of Anglo-Sikh War. In tomorrow's session, we'll understand about what happened to Punjab after Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji. And day after tomorrow, we are going to throw light on First and Second Anglo-Sikh War. And finally, we'll study about the Anglo-Afghan Wars. So our major agenda today is to cover the background of Anglo-Sikh Wars. So please listen to me carefully so that you can understand the concepts in quite depth and detail. Is that clear? Yes, Jagrat, hi. So guys, and aspirants, those who are new to the platform, let me inform you one important aspect. I have already covered ancient Indian history, medieval Indian history and modern Indian history as a part of YouTube. So you can go through the previous session so that you can co-link the different factors. Is that clear, everyone? So now let's begin with our today's short session on background of Anglo-Sikh War. Now, I'll repeat the point, my friends. Like today, we are not going to throw light on the First and Second Anglo-Sikh War. We'll understand about what is Dal Khalsa all about. What are the 12 important misl? What is the meaning of the word misl? Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji, who laid the foundation of Sikh Empire approximately around 1801, belonged to which misl? Apart from this, what is Treaty of Amritsar all about? How is Treaty of Amritsar co-linked to the Treaty of Tilsit? And Tilsit, it's a place in Russia. So all these points we are going to discuss in today's short session. So my friends, please pay attention carefully. We are trying to understand the things in a gradual step-by-step format in the form of a story. Is that clear to all of you? So without wasting any more time, let's begin our today's session on background of Anglo-Sikh Wars. Now, the foundation of Sikhism was laid down by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and it was approximately around the end of 15th century. And there are totally 10 Sikh Gurus. The 9th Sikh Guru was Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. And you might have heard about this, that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was executed by the Mughal Emperor Alamgir, who is also referred as Aurangzeb. Like the foundation of Mughal dynasty was laid down by Babur. Babur was succeeded by his son Humayun. Humayun was succeeded by Akbar, followed by Jahangir. Then after Jahangir comes Shah Jahan, and after Shah Jahan comes to power Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was a bigot. He was a fundamentalistic follower of Islam, and he followed one policy, and that policy was Dar-ul-Harb into Dar-ul-Islam. Those places which are not under the influence of Islam, conquering those places and forcing the people to get converted into Islam was a policy that was followed by Aurangzeb. Correct? So I'll give you a very simple example. Why did Aurangzeb execute the 9th Sikh Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji? Now it is said that Aurangzeb had attacked, or his army had attacked, the region around Kashmir. And the Kashmiri Pandits were given an ultimatum that within a span of fortnight or 1 month, you should accept Islam. And if you do not accept Islam, here specifically, all of you would be executed. So this was a time ultimatum that was given by Aurangzeb to the Kashmiri Pandits. So a delegation of Kashmiri Pandits led by Kriparam, they met Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, and Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, the 9th Sikh Guru, very patiently and keenly listened to the request of Kriparam Ji. And at that time, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji said to Kriparam that if any other time the Mughal commander comes to Kashmir, then ask him to directly speak to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Now, Alamgir Aurangzeb comes to know about this, that Kriparam and his delegates, they had met. Whom? They had met Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Immediately, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, then Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Sati Das, Bhai Dayal Das, all of them were being arrested and imprisoned, and they were brought to Delhi. And Aurangzeb, he used to give cruel punishments. Like you might have seen that in the movie Chhawa, correct? In the movie Chhawa, we can see that, or we have observed what kind of a punishment that was given to Chhatrapati Shambhaji Maharaj ji. Similarly here, Bhai Sati Das, Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Dayal Das, Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, like specifically they were being tortured by the Mughal army. A very simple example, some of them were put in the boiling water. Some of them were being, fried in a cauldron. The others, their nails were being pulled away. And finally, Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, his head was being cut. So he was being executed. And the place the Guru Tegh Bahadur ji was executed, today stands a Gurudwara which is referred as Sheesh Ganj Gurudwara, located in Delhi. So 9th Sikh Guru was Guru Tegh Bahadur ji. Now, the 10th Sikh Guru was Guru Gobind Singh ji. And Guru Gobind Singh ji, he had started Khalsa Panth in 1699 at a place called as Anandpur Sahib, which is located in Punjab. Okay. And precisely speaking, he was assassinated by a Mughal commander whose name was Wazir Khan. So please pay attention to the entire story. The story begins from here itself. Okay. So the 10th Sikh Guru was Guru Gobind Singh ji. And Guru Gobind Singh ji had started the Khalsa Panth in 1699 at a place referred as Anandpur Sahib, which is located in Punjab. Now, Guru Gobind Singh ji, the 10th Sikh Guru, was executed by or was killed or assassinated by a Mughal commander, Mughal military commander, Wazir Khan. And after that, Guru Granth Sahib ji is considered as the living Guru. Okay. Specifically speaking, from here we can understand that Guru Granth Sahib was considered as the living Guru. Now what happened further? Let's understand. Now there was one disciple of Guru Gobind Singh ji whose name was Banda Singh Bahadur. Okay. Now he was one of the disciples of Guru Gobind Singh ji. And Banda Singh Bahadur, it is said that he wanted to take the revenge of the death of his Guru. That is Guru Gobind Singh ji. Okay. Now Banda Singh Bahadur, what did he do? Now Banda Singh Bahadur started attacking the Mughal territories. And at that time, one of the weak Mughal emperor was Bahadur Shah I. And he conquered many territories of Bahadur Shah I. Now after Bahadur Shah I, there was another weak successor of the Mughal empire whose name was Farrukh Siyar. Okay. Now, precisely speaking, Farrukh Siyar, okay, he came to the power approximately around 1713. And at that time as well, Banda Singh Bahadur, he attacked the Mughal territories. Okay. He attacked the Mughal territories, and after attacking the Mughal territories, it is said that Farrukh Siyar took action against Banda Singh Bahadur. Okay. And Banda Singh Bahadur was arrested and imprisoned. And finally, in 1716, Banda Singh Bahadur was executed. He was also killed. And after that, the Sikhism was divided into two parts. One was Bandai and second was Tat Khalsa. Okay. Bandai and Tat Khalsa. So pay attention carefully. I'll repeat my points again. The foundation of Sikhism was being laid down by Guru Nanak Dev ji. Then the 9th Sikh Guru was Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, who was being executed by Alamgir Aurangzeb. The 10th Sikh Guru was Guru Gobind Singh ji. Okay. And Guru Gobind Singh ji had started the Khalsa Panth in 1699 at Anandpur Sahib, located in Punjab. He was being executed by a Mughal military commander whose name was Wazir Khan. And after that, Guru Granth Sahib ji was considered as the living Sikh Guru. Now there was one disciple of Guru Gobind Singh ji whose name was Banda Singh Bahadur. And Banda Singh Bahadur wanted to take the revenge of the death of his Guru, that is Guru Gobind Singh ji. So what did Banda Singh Bahadur do? Banda Singh Bahadur started attacking the Mughal territories. And at that time, there was a very weak Mughal emperor whose name was Bahadur Shah I. In fact, you can observe that after Aurangzeb, there were series of weak successors to the throne of Mughal empire. Correct? And we have seen that in the Battle of Plassey, in the Battle of Buxar, Third Battle of Panipat, and so on. So, at that time, the Mughal emperor was Bahadur Shah I, and Banda Singh Bahadur started attacking the Mughal territories, specifically which were under the control of Bahadur Shah I. And he acquired many territories as well. After Bahadur Shah I, another important Mughal emperor was Farrukh Siyar. And he came to power in 1713. If you remember the name Farooq Siyar, we have discussed about him in Battle of Plassey. Correct? Like Farooq Siyar, he had given the royal farman to English East India Company in 1717. Simple words, you need not take any permission from English East India Company to trade now in the region of Bengal. Okay, so English East India Company was given the complete authority. You can easily trade in the region of Bengal without taking any kind of a permission from the Mughal emperor. Is that clear? So at that particular point of time, just give me a second. Okay, so at that particular point of time, what happened? Farooq Siyar, he had given the royal farman. So during the time of Farooq Siyar, it is said that Banda Singh Bahadur, he was being arrested, he was being imprisoned, and finally Banda Singh Bahadur, he was killed in 1716. And from here onwards, the Sikhism was divided into two parts, that is Bandai and Tat Khalsa. Now what is Bandai? Bandai means liberal followers of Sikhism. On the other hand, Tat Khalsa were the orthodox followers of Sikhism. So there was a person whose name was Bhai Mani Singh. Bhai Mani Singh, he realized one important aspect, that in this manner, the entire Sikh community would get fragmented. So what happened? In 1721, again, there was a merger of Sikhism. So after the death of Banda Singh Bahadur, specifically, Sikhism was divided into Bandai and Tat Khalsa. Hope so the points are clear till here. Yes, please. Please answer in the comment section. Is the point clear to all of you? Now let's move ahead. Okay. Another important character here is Kapoor Singh Faisalpuria. Now who was Kapoor Singh Faisalpuria? Now Kapoor Singh Faisalpuria, he had started one important aspect, and he had started in 1748, Dal Khalsa. Okay. Now what is Khalsa? Khalsa is nothing but saintly soldiers, and their responsibility was to protect the Sikhism and other religions as well. So at that particular point of time, Kapoor Singh Faisalpuria in 1748 started Dal Khalsa. And the Dal Khalsa, it was divided into two parts, Boodha Dal and Tarun Dal. Boodha Dal consisted of the veteran members. On the other hand, Tarun Dal consisted of young warriors. So it was a responsibility of the Boodha Dal to take the decision of the entire Khalsa. On the other hand, the responsibility of the Tarun Dal, that is the young members of the Khalsa, was to execute the decisions that were being taken by Boodha Dal. Okay. So Kapoor Singh Faisalpuria, he started Dal Khalsa in 1748, which was further divided into two parts, Boodha Dal and Tarun Dal. Now what happened? After 1748, the Mughal Empire started getting weakened. Why? There was continuous invasions and incursion by the forces of Ahmad Shah Abdali. Now Ahmad Shah Abdali had plundered the region of northwestern part of India, and precisely the region around Delhi, for 8 times. Okay, from the span of 1748 to 1767. Ahmad Shah Abdali had plundered this region. Ahmad Shah Abdali had destroyed this region for 8 times. And Mughal Empire had become weak by now. Apart from this, in 1773, Ahmad Shah Abdali died due to tumor. Okay. And this was seen as one of the best opportunity by the Dal Khalsa to, what we say, elaborate the teachings of Sikhism. Apart from this, it was seen as one of the best opportunity by the Dal Khalsa to consolidate their power in the region of Punjab. Why? Because the Mughal Empire was getting weak. And this was one of the opportunity for Dal Khalsa to consolidate their power in the region of Punjab. And at that time, from 1780s itself, there were 12 Muslim that were active in the region of Punjab. Now, what is the meaning of the word Muslim? Now, Muslim, it's an Arabic word which basically means equals. Okay. In very simple words, there were 12 important powerful families that were governing the entire region of Punjab in different regions. So, Misl basically means what? Misl, it's an Arabic word which means equal. Now, totally there were 12 Misl and they were active in 12 different regions of Punjab. Clear? Now, what happened further? Now, precisely speaking, it is said that none of the Misl is going to interfere with each other. Apart from this, the chief of the misl was chosen by the members of the misl. And the members had an equal voice like the chief of the misl. Simple word, suppose if I'm one of the member of the misl. Okay, now I'll be taking part in choosing the chief or the sardar of the misl. Apart from this, like for example, in the misl, if suppose any decision needs to be taken, it won't be taken single-handedly by the chief of the misl. It would be taken by all the members of the misl. Okay, so misl, it's an Arabic word which means what we say equals, and the central administration of this entire 12 misl was taken care by Guru Mat Sangh. Okay, I can understand there are a lot many terminologies, there are a lot many names and characters, so it might create a bit of confusion. Hence, I'm trying to explain all these points in the format of a story so that it becomes quite easier for you guys to remember the things. Is that clear? So, I'll repeat the points again. Just give me a second. Pay attention carefully. Guru Gobind Singh Ji was the last Sikh Guru, the 10th Guru. He was being executed by Mughal military commander Wazir Khan. Like there was one of the disciples of Guru Gobind Singh Ji whose name was Banda Singh Bahadur Ji. And Banda Singh Bahadur Ji wanted to take the revenge of the death of his Guru. So Banda Singh Bahadur Ji started raiding the territories of the Mughals. And Banda Singh Bahadur Ji, he had acquired many Mughal territories during the time of Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah I. After Bahadur Shah I, there was another Mughal emperor whose name was Farrukhsiyar. Banda Singh Bahadur Ji again started raiding the territories of the Mughal Empire during the time of Farrukhsiyar as well. And he had acquired many territories. Okay, but in 1715, it is said that Farrukhsiyar got Banda Singh Bahadur Ji arrested and imprisoned. And in 1716, Banda Singh Bahadur Ji was executed. He was being killed by Farrukhsiyar. And after the death of Banda Singh Bahadur, Sikhism was divided into two parts, Bandai and Tat Khalsa. Bandai means what? The liberals. And Tat Khalsa means the orthodox followers of Sikhism. But again in 1721, they were reunited by Bhai Mani Singh. Now in 1748, there comes a very important character whose name was Kapoor Singh Faisalpuriya. And Kapoor Singh Faisalpuriya, he started Dal Khalsa. Now Dal Khalsa was divided into two parts, Budha Dal and Tarun Dal. Budha Dal consisted of veterans. On the other hand, Dal consisted of the young soldiers whose responsibility was to execute the decisions that were being taken by Budha Dal. And from 1748 itself, the Mughal Empire started weakening. The reason being continuous incursions and invasions by Ahmad Shah Abdali. Now, Ahmad Shah Abdali, he passed away in 1773 due to tumor. So, the period from 1748, or we can say the period from 1767 to 1773, this was one of the best period wherein the Dal Khalsa tried to consolidate its power in the region of Punjab. Now, totally there were 12 misl that were operative in the region of Punjab. Misl, it's an Arabic word which basically means equals. Okay. Now, the chief of the misl would be chosen by the members of the misl. Every member has an equal say in the decision making of the misl. The misl are not going to interfere in each other's administrative affairs. And the central administration of all the 12 misl would be taken care by Guru Mat Sangh. Okay. Now, who was Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji? How did he come to power? Let's throw light upon that. So, please pay attention carefully. Please listen to me carefully. Okay. Now, totally there were 12 misl. Ahluwalia misl, Bhangi misl, Nakai misl, Faisalpuriya misl, Kanhaiya misl, Karor Singhya misl, then Shukar Chakya misl, Nishaniya misl, Fulakiya misl, Rangaria misl, Shahid misl and Dalewaliya misl. So these are the 12 important misl. So do we need to remember the name of all the misl? No. We just have to remember the name of two important misl. So among these 12 important misl, the two most powerful misl was Bhangi misl and Shukar Chakya misl. Pay attention carefully. Okay. Now Bhangi misl, their administrative capital was Lahore. and their religious capital was Amritsar. Okay, and now let's talk about, it was one of the most powerful misl. And another important misl was Shukar Chakia misl. Okay, now Charat Singh, he was the founder of Shukar Chakia misl. So Charat Singh ji, he was the founder of Shukar Chakia misl. And the most powerful leader of the Shukar Chakia misl in the coming years would be Maha Singh. Okay, he became one of the most powerful leaders of Shukar Chakia misl in the coming years. Now in 1792, Maha Singh ji passed away. And when Maha Singh ji passed away, the next leader of the misl was Ranjit Singh ji, or we can say Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji. Okay, so Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji, as per many historians, was just 12 to 13 years of age when he became the leader of Shukar Chakia misl. Okay, after the death of his father Maha Singh ji. And just within a span of 8 to 9 years, he rose to the power and he laid the foundation of Sikh Empire in 1801. Now, how did Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji laid the foundation of Sikh Empire in 1801? Let's throw light upon that. Okay, I'll repeat the points again within short. Please pay attention carefully. Okay, in the region of Punjab, there were 12 important misl. Out of these 12 important misl, it is said that the two most powerful misl were Bhangi misl and Shukar Chakia misl. The Bhangi misl had their administrative capital at a place called as Lahore, and the religious capital was Amritsar. The foundation of Shukar Chakia misl, or the one of the most important founder of Shukar Chakia misl, was Charat Singh ji. Another important leader of the Shukar Chakia misl was Maha Singh ji. And Maha Singh ji passed away in 1792. And when Maha Singh ji passed away in 1792, his son was just 12 to 13 years of age. And his name was Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji. So Ranjit Singh ji, he became the leader of Shukar Chakia misl at the very young age of 12 to 13 years. Okay. And now, how Shukar Chakia misl, it became one of the most powerful misl in the region of Punjab. Let's understand. Now, what happened? As we had discussed, the most powerful misl, apart from Shukar Chakia misl, was Bhangi misl. They had their administrative capital at Lahore and they had their religious capital at Amritsar. Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji attacked the region of Lahore in 1799 and acquired it. In 1802, he acquired the region of Amritsar. And meanwhile, there was continuous threat from Afghans as well. So there was an Afghan ruler whose name was Zaman Shah. I repeat, Zaman Shah. And Zaman Shah, he had attacked the Shukar Chakia misl leader Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji in 1797. And Zaman Shah, he was being defeated by Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji. In 1798, Zaman Shah again attacked Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji. And again in 1798, the Afghan leader Zaman Shah was being defeated. So the threat of Afghan was completely wiped out once and for all. Why? Because after this, the region of Afghanistan, it had fallen prey to the continuous civil revolt for next 2 to 3 decades. So the threat of Afghans was wiped out. Apart from this, the most powerful misl was Bhangi misl. The region of Lahore and Amritsar was acquired. And from now onwards, what happened? Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji, he laid the foundation of Sikh Empire in 1801. The capital, the administrative capital of Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji was Lahore, which was acquired from Bhangi misl. And secondly, the religious capital was Amritsar of Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji. Now the question comes here, what about the other misl? As we had seen in ancient India as well, and we have seen that in medieval India as well, specifically, the policy of matrimonial alliances is one of the policies to strengthen one's power and influence. I'll give you a very simple example from ancient India so that you can understand the things. Like, for example, you might have heard about Mahajanpads, and at that time, the most strongest Mahajanpad was Magad Mahajanpad. Another strongest Mahajanpad was Kosla Mahajanpad with its capital at Shravasti. But Magad was more powerful in comparison to Kosla, and Magad had an eye over the region of Kosla. So what did the ruler of Kosla do? The ruler of Kosla, Prasenjit, married his sister Kosla Devi to the ruler of Magad, whose name was Bimbisar. In this manner, he saved the region of Kosla from the attack of Magad. Similarly, how did Akbar consolidate his power in India? Like Akbar continuously had to fight with the Rajputs. So Akbar had followed another approach with the Rajputs, and that was the policy of matrimonial alliances. So Bhangi Misl was being defeated, and Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji had entered into the policy of matrimonial alliances with the other Misl. And in this manner, he laid the foundation of an independent Sikh kingdom in 1801 in the region of Punjab. And majority of the territories of Maharaja Ranjit Singh were to the north of river Satluj. Please remember this. Majority of the territories of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji were to the north of river Satluj. Is that clear? Now let's understand what happened further. Now, many historians do believe that the army of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji was the second strongest army or second strongest defense system after the English East India Company. And many historians do believe that Maharaja Ranjit Singh's army was a very well-disciplined army that was trained on European lines, like Jean-Baptiste Ventura, then Jean-Francois Allard. They had played a very major role in the formation of the Sikh army. I'll write their names. One was Jean-Baptiste Ventura, and then was Jean-Francois Allard. They had played a very major role, very major role, precisely in what we say, training the Sikh army on European lines. Apart from this, like, it was a heterogeneous army. It not only consisted of Punjabis, but it also consisted of the Dogras, then Biharis, Odiyas, and many other. Okay, in fact, Muslims were also the part of the army of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji. Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji paid his army very well. And apart from this, the salary of the soldiers did not fall into arrears. Apart from this, it was a very well-disciplined army led by different military commanders, not Mughal commanders, I'm sorry for that. Different military commanders such as Mokham Chand, Diwan Chand, Hari Singh Nalwaji, Ram Dayal Ji. So these were the military commanders of the army of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji. Okay. Now, the question arrives here in the mind of every aspirant. Why did Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji entered into Treaty of Amritsar in 1809 with English East India Company? And how Treaty of Amritsar that was signed in 1809 is linked to the Treaty of Tilsit? So please pay attention carefully. How it is co-linked to the Treaty of Tilsit. Okay. So please listen to me. As per many historians, the Treaty of Amritsar that was signed in 1809 is co-linked to the Treaty of Tilsit. And Tilsit, it is located in Russia. Now, Alexander I of Russia and Napoleon of France, they had entered into an agreement. And what was that agreement? Jointly, the army of France and Russia will attack the territories of English East India Company in India. So this kind of an agreement was reached through a treaty, and that treaty was referred as Treaty of Tilsit, which was signed in Russia. I'll repeat the points again. Like Alexander I of Russia and Napoleon of France had entered into a treaty that the combined army of Russia and France will attack the territories of English East India Company in India. Okay. And that was as per the treaty, which was referred as Treaty of Tilsit. Now, English East India Company completely got alarmed because now France and Russia jointly, they can attack on the territories of English East India Company in India. And at this particular point of time, they activated one policy. And what was that policy? Ring fence policy. My friends, we have studied about the ring fence policy when we had studied about Lord Warren Hastings. Correct? Like Lord Warren Hastings, he was the first Governor General of Bengal. And Lord Warren Hastings, precisely speaking, It is believed that Lord Warren Hastings, he had come up with this policy of ring fence or security cell. And what was that policy all about? I'll give you a very small glimpse of that. Okay. As per ring fence policy, a very simple example. Suppose these are the territories of English East India Company. These are the territories of Marathas. My friends, I am giving you an example of ring fence policy so that you can understand the concept in depth and detail and in a more clarified format. Yes, good evening, Iraji. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the compliments. So, English East India Companies, these are the territories. These are the territories of Marathas. So, as per ring fence policy, the territories of English East India Company should not touch the enemy territories at any cost. So, between the territories of English East India Company, and the territories of what we say Marathas, there are many small kingdoms. There are many small states. So, why don't we befriend them? Why don't we make a friendship with them? Why? Because if Marathas attack the territories of English East India Company, these buffer states will help English East India Company. And that is referred as what? That is precisely referred as specifically ring fence policy or the security cell policy that was initiated by Warren Hastings. So at this particular point of time, English East India Company thought that this is a time to activate the ring fence policy or security cell policy of Warren Hastings. How? As I've told you, France and Russia, they have made a joint agreement. Now they are going to attack the territories of English East India Company in India. So for that purpose, for example, suppose the France and Russian army attacked English East India Company's territories in India from the northern or northwestern side. So first of all, they will come across the different places. Like they will come from the region of Iran, Afghanistan, and then they will enter into Punjab. And suppose they attack from the region of southern part, so they will come from the region of Sindh. So why don't we do one thing? Why don't we send our delegates to Iran? Why don't we send our delegates to Afghanistan? Why don't we send our delegates to Sindh and Punjab and negotiate a treaty of mutual friendship with them? So at that time, Lord Minto I, he was the Governor General of Bengal. And Lord Minto I, he had sent Sir Charles Metcalfe. You might have heard about Sir Charles Metcalfe. He was also one of the Governor Generals in the coming year, and he is also referred as Liberator of Press in India. Okay. Yes, Shri, good evening. So, I'll repeat the points again. Now, English East India Company, they believe that if France and Russia attack from the northern or northwestern side, they will come through the region of Iran, Afghanistan, and then they will enter into Punjab. And if they come from the side of, like from the southern side, they will come through the region of Sindh. So why don't we send our delegates initially to these regions? So in the region of Punjab, at that time, the Governor General of Bengal, Lord Minto I, dispatched Sir Charles Metcalfe. Okay, so that they can negotiate a treaty with Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Now, precisely speaking, as we have discussed previously itself, River Satluj, all the territories to the north of River Satluj belong to Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Now, the problem here was the territories to the south of River Satluj belong to English East India Company. So now Sir Charles Metcalfe, he went to Maharaja Ranjit Singh, he met him and said that we want to negotiate a treaty with you, and it's a request from our side that please do not expand your territories to the south of River Satluj. Now there were, like specifically there were certain regions such as Firozpur, okay, then Ludhiana, all these regions, they were to the south of River Satluj. And now Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji, he wanted to conquer these regions as well. So Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji said to Sir Charles Metcalfe, I won't promise you that specifically that I'm not going to attack the territories to the south of River Satluj. Okay. So there was a kind of a deadlock. Negotiations could not reach a proper conclusion. So simple words, the negotiations failed. Now what happened? After some time, Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji tried conquering the territories to the south of River Satluj, but he was not successful. And finally, in 1809, Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji was ready to sign a treaty with English East India Company, and that was referred as Treaty of Amritsar, which was finally signed in 1809. So Treaty of Amritsar was signed with Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji in 1809. Okay. As per this treaty, River Satluj acted as a boundary line between the territories of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji or the Sikh Empire and English East India Company. To the north of River Satluj, all the territories belonged to Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji. To the south of River Satluj, all the territories belonged to English East India Company. So very simple words, River Satluj acted as a boundary line between the territories of English East India Company and Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji. First thing. Now, there were what we say different places such as Kashmir, Peshawar and Hazara, which were not under the control of anyone. So English East India Company said to Maharaja Ranjit Singh, you can conquer these regions and English East India Company will not claim these regions. So in the coming years, Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji captured the region of Multan, Kashmir, Peshawar and Hazara. Okay, so this was nothing but Treaty of Amritsar, which was a result of Treaty of Tilsit that was signed in 1807. Okay, so this was all about how Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji came to power. Apart from this, like how Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji made Lahore as his administrative capital and Amritsar as his religious capital. How the army of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji was quite disciplined and trained on European lines or Western lines by Jean-Baptiste Ventura and Jean-Francois Allard. Apart from this, this was Treaty of Amritsar that was signed with Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji by English East India Company in 1809. Okay, so in day after tomorrow session, we'll be throwing light on the first and the second Anglo Sikh War. And as a part of first Anglo Sikh War, we are going to understand about two important treaties. And what was that treaty? Treaty of Lahore and Treaty of Bhairoval. Treaty of Lahore that was signed in March 1846 and Treaty of Bhairoval which will be signed in December 1846. So you have to understand the Treaty of Amritsar first if you have to understand the Treaty of Lahore, my friends. Okay, so these are the two important aspects. So my friends, this was all about the basic background of Anglo-Sikh War. Okay, my friends, Arambh UPSC offer wherein 50% flat off on all the courses of StudyIQ precisely related to UPSC. The batches are available for 2027 and 2028. Precisely speaking, the batches are completely based on SMART model where S stands for structured classes and M stands for mentorship. Now there would be a mentor who would be guiding you throughout your journey for civil services preparation. Okay, like how to frame a proper timetable, how to go for a proper answer writing, like what are the techniques of answer writing. Apart from this, what is the importance of introduction, main content and conclusion in the answer writing. Then precisely, like as I've told you previously itself, like the preparation of civil services does not go in a linear fashion. It goes like crest and trough. So there would be a mentor who would be guiding you throughout your journey for civil services preparation. Apart from this, there would be a proper revision strategy. There would be test and the assessment so that one can gauge his competence. The most important and the crucial aspect is the batches are completely available in English medium. It's not a bilingual batch. There's a complete separate batch for Hindi medium, a very separate batch for bilingual, that is English, Hindi plus English. And there's a completely separate batch for English medium that will cater to the needs of the aspirants precisely from southern part of India and northeastern India. All the subjects would be taught to you completely in English. Rather it be history, geography, polity, economy, science and tech, everything. Okay? And my friends, it's a limited period offer as a part of Arambh UPSC offer, 50% off. So use the code Alok Live that is flashing on your screen to get the benefits of these batches. I repeat the code Alok Live. Yes, Sanjay ji, thanks a lot for your compliments. So my friends, with this I'll stop my words for the day. See you guys tomorrow with what happened to Punjab after Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji's death in June 1839. Okay? So thanks a lot. Thank you and have a very nice day. Bye-bye everyone. Jai Hind.